something else. So, you know, in this earlier thing, we did all lower leg and adductors, quads, even iliotibial band. So we addressed the muscles of the leg pretty well. And that leads us up to the hips. So a couple of things I'd like you to try for hip opening is this. So this movement here where we just take the leg and the foot across now and just let it come up. It lets it come up a little higher. And then we're just going to slip our knee here. So this in between the sacrum and the greater trochanter of the femur, and then just let it come out a little bit. I'm saying. So check this out. So foot nice on the ground, right? And you want to be pretty close even with the hip, so you're not coming at it from a rotation. And you want to bring the leg over enough so that you can slip your knee in deep enough. So your knee, the round contour of your knee, is in between the bony landmarks of the lateral border of the sacrum and the greater trochanter of the femur. So this way you're going to address all the gluteals, right? And then the more you bring the leg back and it sinks in deeper, you're going to get the deeper musculature, which are the lateral rotators. Right? There's two lines of energy that come right through the hip from up above, and it's the bladder and the gallbladder. So this really is a nice hip opener for this here. So you just come back and just lean back a little bit. That's all you need to do. You don't work hard on this here. And here's another thing I found, okay? I'm working, and I feel pretty good about the technique, but there's always some place I feel like I can relax a little bit more. Like, the more attention I bring to the technique, the more I'm like, I still feel like I'm pushing with my knee up into a gluteal. I don't need to do that. I can relax a little bit more. Okay, so you want the breath, when you focus, once you get the technique, and you make sure that everything's all right, you can relax more internally. And it's that internal reflection that allows you to fine-tune your connection, be it either moving your body a little bit or else focusing on your breath. So. Nice and easy. Ooh, she wants to get out of there, though. That was nice and easy, but I can't get out of there. So just come out like this. So there's a couple things as far as working the iliotibial band also, which is pretty easy, where you just take the leg down like this and press. Because a lot of times doing on the table anyway, addressing this portion here, it's a little tricky. I mean, you could do this, which works really well.
Oh, that looks nice and easy.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it is. Easy, right? Nice and easy. You can take the leg like that. Okay? This is a wonderful hip opener, right? It creates some nice space in the sacroiliac joint where the ilium articulates with the lateral border of the sacrum. Right? Lovely opening. And here, it can take now a little pressure this way because the muscle is turned up, so you can address a little bit more.
So you said it creates some opening in the SI joint. If somebody already has instability there, is it going to cause any problems?
Again, if they do, I probably wouldn't do this. You know, if they're saying it's wanky back there, you know, I probably wouldn't do it. But in general, because, you know, we usually a lot of times this is what's happening. People are turned up and are like this. So this is like this. So we're creating some space this way. But yes, if that, but to support that motion, if it is a little wanky there, if that's the word I've settled on, wanky. I wish I could edit that one out. I'll go with wanky, is this here, where you can go this way, and this is the same approach, but now you're going to put your knee right on the sacrum to stabilize it, so then it's supported both where the ilium meets the sacrum, and then you can bring it back like this.
That looks nice.
Well, it looks nice. Okay, so the first one is in the meat of the butt, in the glute. And then if you're addressing the sacrum, then you can pull that on the sacrum. When we do floor work, and we're doing this, we let the leg come over a little bit more. I guess you can do it on the table. And this way you can get both knees up against the sacrum. And then you just lean back. This one I like because it's dangerous.
Yeah, like how do you get out of that?
How do you get out of it? You just go like that. And if you have any caution about trying to wear a helmet. and then we're going to end this with this thing. So the first one, we did this, I believe, stretch. And then we deepened it by placing our knee in between the sacrum and the greater trochanter. Right? If you want to go a little, well, let's do this. So then we showed the different forms for continuing doing the gallbladder. And if that's too much for you, you can simply put your knee down like this and let the leg come to you a little bit more. That works quite well too. Right? It's a nice way of addressing gallbladder. If they have the resilience to, you can simply put the leg in this position, and you can compress it this way. And also in this position you can come and get the lower lateral portion of the leg for the peroneals, because the line continues. This position too, when you're working, if it's a little bit too much, you can stabilize it like this. Right? And then the one for the sacrum that we talked about, where you bring it across, and then you can just pull right up to the bumper, as it were. Two knees right on the sacrum, so the sacrum is supported. And then you come back. And just lean back. Try not to think about it. Hanging over a precipice. Life is so fleeting. So you come out of that.
Like there's a 400-foot drop off.
Yeah.
There you go.
So now we're ending like this, which is lovely. We're just going to come up. I think we'll do this like lean up on the table like this. And just a little freedom here. We did all this. Now it's about time we address the lower leg. So first of all, you notice that anything you can do to support and move so that the musculature comes up to the surface more, you have a better chance of addressing it. So here you can either use forearm. Pressure's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I use forearm in this position. Really opens it up quite nicely. And what we're addressing is, on a muscular level, is tibialis anterior. Right? So that's the general application of it. Now, the energy line that runs through it, because I think I read somewhere in the handout we're supposed to be addressing the physical and energetic anatomy, is that this a portion of the stomach meridian comes, and feel it on yourself. If you feel the tibial ridge and come just immediately lateral, there's a little groove there. And that's the space between the tibia and the tibialis anterior. And it's in that groove where this energy line is. So you can either address it with some nice thumb pressure, or else what I like to do, because I like to keep all parts of my body ready for shiatsu, is I find that groove and I use elbow and sink in. So my forearm is parallel and take all pressure off my thumbs and hands. So feel for the tibial ridge, come immediately lateral, just immediately lateral, and sink right into that. And one thing I've learned is that if you bring the foot towards you, it creates some
opera.
space. She says she does that. And then if you want to pin and stretch, you keep it and then you pull it this way. So we have, if you know anatomy, you can figure out what movement causes slack, so you can engage, and then for pin and stretch, the opposite action. So you can just work down there like that. So I'm doing this compartment here. Okay? Okay. Goodbye.